What is up? It is Big Chart Trades, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my trade from today, and I'm going to tell you why it worked, why I shorted, and exactly how it was. So I actually took this trade live. I never go live, but my buddy asked me to go live in his Discord, so I did, and the whole gang caught this 53-point move, 215 ticks. It was a $1,000 trade. We caught shorts, so let me just break it down and explain to you how it worked, why it worked, and how I take the same trade every single day. So here we are on the trading view. So going up to the daily time frame, as you can see, yesterday actually, price wicked above this previous day high and closed below, indicating a bearish reversal. So I didn't like today's price action just going into today. So I wasn't going to risk on. I wasn't going to trade with two minis. I just traded with one. And yeah, so just from the daily perspective, I saw this and I didn't really like what I saw. So I dropped down to the hourly and looked for PDAs. Obviously, we have this huge bearish fair value gap right here that price traded into. So I tried trading a 5-minute change in state of delivery out of that fair value gap, but as you can see, we sort of just consolidated inside of that fair value gap today. So drop down to the 15-minute because what I do is I look on the daily and find my bias, and then I drop down to the hourly because the hourly is aligned with the daily. I look for any PD arrays. This can be fair value gaps, order blocks, breaker blocks on the hourly. And if I don't find any on the hourly, I drop to the 15-minute. But if I do find on the hourly, I drop to the 5-minute and wait for a change in state out of that hourly PD array. But since I didn't find any on the hourly, I didn't find any PD arrays on the hourly at my macro, I dropped to the 15-minute. The 15-minute is not aligned with the hourly. The 15-minute is aligned with the 4-hour. But I was using the 15-minute as the higher time frame here. So I'm not trading a 15-minute change in state of delivery out of the 4-hour PD array. I am looking for PD arrays on the 15-minute. So I saw this bearish fair value gap that looked pretty good to me because I wanted to go short today. After price went ahead and made this bearish fair value gap, I waited for price to trade into this fair value gap, which it did with this 10 a.m. candle right here. Drop to the 1-minute to look for entries. So if you guys don't know my entry model, it is this. Let me write it out for you. It is liquidity sweep, higher time frame PD array, lower time frame change in state of delivery, or an inverse fair value gap, an SMT. So let's go through this checklist here. Liquidity sweep. Price swept highs. So that is checked off. Okay? Check. Because I don't know how to put an emoji. Actually, I do know how to put an emoji. Let me put an emoji for you guys. Check. Okay? Liquidity sweep. Okay, I can't put in an emoji. Fire. Check. Higher time frame PD array. This is right here, this 15-minute fair value gap. Okay? Lower time frame change in state of delivery or inversion. So what do we have here? Okay, I'm in the replay feature so I can replay this for you guys. We have this 1-minute fair value gap right here that got inversed by this set of down close candles. So this is an inversed fair value gap. Okay, so this was a good entry right here. Okay, and my stop was at this high right here. Okay, let me just write stop loss so you guys know. How do I do this? Okay, stop loss. All right, in red. All right, that was my stop. Okay, where is the change in state of delivery level? So in this case, I wanted to enter on this inverse, but I knew if we change the state of delivery, then I would have a higher probability of winning this trade. So what I did was I entered on this inverse, as you can see, right? My entry is right here, this candle, which is the 10-10 candle. So 10-10, my entry was right here on this candle, right when we inversed this gap, okay? I'm going to change in state of delivery levels down here. So what do? How do I use this for my trade? Okay, so what I did was I entered right here. This was my entry. Okay, let me write this out for you guys again. Entry. Put that in gray. Okay, this is my entry. All right, and we target these lows. So this was my trade. Right here. Okay. This was my trade. Actually, my stop, I think my stop was, where was my stop? I think my stop was here. I don't really remember. Regardless, I didn't get stopped out. So that doesn't really matter. But this was my trade. So how did this play out, and how did I use the change in state of delivery to help my trade go through? So what I did was, oh wait, let me just write check here. Check. Okay. And then SMT, check. I didn't say this, but you can see this internal SMT right here with ES. NASDAQ made a lower high. ES made a higher high. Yes, these are the same candles. This is SMT. SMT is just an imbalance between two correlated assets. The NASDAQ is correlated with ES, so that is the trade. Let me just, this is my entry right here. All right. Okay, so this was the trade. How did I use this change in state to my advantage? So I entered here, right? As you can see, price consolidated for a long fucking time. This pissed me off today. We finally got some movement. As soon as we closed below this change in state of delivery level, I moved my stop to break even. I moved my stop to break even. So this was a risk-free trade as soon as we changed the state of delivery. And as you can see, price teeters that stop. And then look at this. This was my target. What happens? Price goes ahead, takes my profit right there. If you don't believe me, I can go ahead right here. Right, 21,486. Right, what is this level right here? 21,486. Literally right there. Okay, 21,487. Sorry, 21,486. Okay, and then what happened? Price immediately takes that liquidity and goes up to the upside and reverses. Okay, so this was a nice trade right here. This was my trade of the day. We had all of the confluences present again. Like, if you still don't believe me, like this, refresh it. Okay, this was my trade today. As you can see, my executions right here. $1,000 right here. Okay, this wasn't my macro, but this was my trade. Actually, it technically was my macro. I entered right at the end of my macro. So yeah, look, I mean, you can see liquidity sweep, higher time frame PD rate, lower time frame change in state, SMT, TP hit, A plus setup. Okay, so this was my trade from today. So how can you start trading like this? Well, you need to be patient. This trade took forever to play out. I mean, look how much we consolidated. But I want you to pay attention to something. I want you to pay attention to something really important. Really, really important here. When you look at this, right? Take this off. Wait. When you look at this, okay, what do you see? What do you see? You see price take this high right here. Okay, so what is this considered? This, my friends, is considered manipulation. Okay, how does price move? Have you ever heard of the power of three? Right? What is the power of three? The power of three is, oh my God, why is there music playing right now? Holy shit. Power of three, AMD, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. This is our manipulation right here. This is our manipulation. Okay? Where's our accumulation? Right here. Look at price accumulating. Look at this. There is no movement here. It's just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So this is our accumulation. Right? Mark that out as A. Okay? Accumulation, manipulation. Where's distribution? After we manipulate, we distribute back to the downside. That's our distribution. Yeah, we're on the 1 minute time frame, so it's not as obvious as, you know, some other time frames like the 4 hour. But boom. And we had all of our confluences within this range. So like we go to the 15 minute, okay? This fair value gap that we found, the higher time frame PDA. Okay, this is pissing me off. Higher time frame PDA right here. Let me turn the magnet feature back on. Right, higher time frame PDA right here. Okay. Drop to the 1 minute. Price manipulated into this 15-minute gap. Manipulated into this fair value gap. We got that confirmation on the inverse of this gap right here. That's our confirmation. We also got this change in state, and that's our move down. So this was the trade from today. This trade sort of encapsulated every single aspect, every single confluence within each trade that I take. This is the same trade I take every single day. Literally take this every single day without hesitation. This is my setup. It's my edge, and I trade this exact setup every day. Don't know what's happening here. Basically, let me exit out. Yeah, this was my trade recap. Hopefully this video helped you. Again, higher time frame PD array, lower time frame change in steady delivery, either change in or inverse fair value gap, and then SMT. So this was the trade from today, Friday, January 17th. Hope this helped.